Take a look at the gradient tool. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and go to Windows and Gradient. Pull up the palette over here. We have three different ways of using it. I'm going to use the first two on this object here. Now you need to make sure that you've selected whatever it is that you want to put a gradient on. And right now when I look over here, what it's telling me is that I would be working on the stroke. And in fact, I want to be in the fill. And I've made this mistake more than once. So be careful to make sure you are applying the gradient where you want to apply it. So I'm going to go ahead and click Fill right here. I'm going to start with the linear one. So this is pretty handy. There's a lot of different ways you can edit it. Let's say I want the black over here and the white over there. It's as simple as clicking on this right here. So there we go. It's pretty handy. Let's say I want to have this have more white in it and the transition over to black to be less. What I can do is I can pull this over here to wherever I would like. I'm going to want to get this back to 50%, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Some other things that I can do is I can change the angle in which it appears. So here's 90%. Here's minus 220. So there's a variety of things that I can do. If I'd like, I can change the color too. So to do that, I can double click on this and up comes the swatch palette. Let's say I want to have this part orange and I want to make this one, let's see, violet. So you can go ahead and make alterations like that. I'm going to go ahead and put this back to default. And I'm going to look at the next one. So again, making sure I've got the fill selected. I'm going to get the radial. I'm going to go ahead and make this more dramatic so that we can actually see the changes on there. Okay, so again, if we want to switch which is black and which is white, we simply go in here. If we want to change how much of the radial is showing, we can come in and make changes here. We can also change the opacity in here. I'm going to switch that back. So these are some basic things that you can do with the radial and the linear. Now the last one is pretty handy, and it's new this with 2019, and it's this last one. Let me pull the sucker over here. And it is the Freeform. So select my item, make sure I've got the fill, and I'm going to go ahead and say Freeform. Okay, so I would like to have some different colors in here. So I'm going to add some points. And let's go take a look at the points. So this first one, I'm going to change that hue. I'm going to make that this color. And down here, I'm going to change that color to yellow. Okay, so Let's look at these again. So now right up here, and again, I've got, this is the point, not lines. I'll look at lines in a minute. What I can do is I can alter where that is. So I'm going to go ahead and move this. So you can change where these go. You can change the size of them. So oops, I've created another one. I didn't intend to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. Okay. So pretty cool, right? I mean, you can really kind of get this however you want. Now, let's say I want to make a shadow, and I want to make a shadow in this area over here. What I can do is I can create a line. So it's kind of like the pen tool. Okay. And I hit the escape key to end that there. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to, oopsie. Well, I'm having a problem grabbing that, aren't I? There we go. So what I did is I went in and clicked on Edit. And I'm going to go ahead and change the hues of these. And remember, I can go ahead and alter these too, just like I did with the others. I can place them differently and I can get them to go where I want them to go. So there it is in a nutshell.